Hey everybody, thanks for checking out the video today. This video, I'm going to show you how to change the belt in a Kirby. It's not really a difficult thing to do, but I do get a lot of people coming to the shop that need help doing this. There's a couple little tricks for it that can save you some money. You can do it at home instead of bringing it to a vacuum shop. This trick will work on pretty much every Kirby back 40 years ago. This is a Kirby Sentria. It's probably about 15 years old. Very good vacuums. They still come door to door. They're still very expensive, and they will last a long time. So knowing a couple little things about how to make them work will help you out, definitely help you save some cash. First thing you want to do is have the Kirby taking a look at you, just like this. Reach over to the side, push up on the ratchet mechanism. That will raise the head up off the ground, make it a lot easier to drop the head down. Flip up the front, and in here you'll see two arrows. A green arrow says belt on, red arrow says belt off, and then you've got a green arrow on the belt puller here. When it's green to green, that means belt is on the motor spindle. There's a hook inside of here that a lot of people think when it says belt on, that means belt on the hook. It's not. It means belt is on the motor spindle, but it's off the hook that holds the belt. What you want to do is turn to belt off. That means belt off the motor spindle, but belt on the hook that comes with the head. So kind of difficult to hear, but once you see it, it'll make a lot of sense to you. Open it up, spin it around to where your red arrow is touching the red arrow here. It says belt off. Undo the lock mechanism. The head falls right down, and the head comes right off. And you'll see inside of here that the belt is on the hook. See where it says belt off? Once again, that means belt off of the motor spindle, not belt off the hook. That's all you have to know to get the head off the front of the machine. Now the head is off. Take your lever, rotate it around. That takes the belt off of the hook. Flip it around, undo the two latches like that, reach in, take off the bottom plate. Now, if you have your belt still attached, maybe it's just stretched out, it's easier to remove the brush roll if you slide the belt over to the side and pull on the brush roll. It just gives you a little bit of leverage to pull the brush roll out. Inside of here, just make sure each side of this is all cleaned up, that it's nice and clean inside. That's the hook right there that's hooking onto the belt. You see what it does when you turn it, just like that. On the brush roll, you want to grab the end caps. Notice that one end cap is gray, the other one's kind of a light gray. Make sure they're pressed on real tight. Spin your brush roll. If it spins freely like that, the brush roll's in good shape. They will wobble just a little bit, but that's normal. Also check the bristles, make sure they're clean. And if you do have any hair on there, take a little knife and cut the hair off. Okay, now that your brush roll is clean, take a look on the end caps, make sure they're pushed in really nice and tight. You'll notice little notches on the end caps. That's the height adjustment for your brush roll to come out of the power head there. So what I do is I always put them in on number 3. That's the first thing. Second thing is when you're looking inside of your head, you see this magnet right here. Now that magnet is what runs this light right there. What activates it is this little silver button. And depending on which Kirby you have, that may be on the side of the light gray or the dark gray. In this case, it's on the side of the light gray. So that way you'll know when it goes in, which side goes where. So take your belt, slip your belt over it, put it back in, especially remember the metal dot goes to the magnet. Set it up like that on number 3 showing. Come to this side, set it up with number 3 showing, press it down. It's seated in there real well. Now what you want to do is put your finger on the belt, come around this way, grab your hook, turn it, and put your hook up there like that. So after you've hooked the belt back up on the hook here, take your bottom plate, lock your bottom plate on. You'll notice in the front that the bottom plate has to go over the rubber gasket like that. Just make sure that it covers real well. Push down on it, see where it goes over on both sides. Right here and right there. Reach down, grab your hooks, pop your hooks over like that. Make sure they're on really good, nice and tight. Slide your machine back over. These two hooks right here hook onto this bar right there. So center your spindle, bring it back on. You'll notice right over here too, there's a little indent that pushes into the safety switch right here. In another video, I'm going to show you, safety switch can mess up your Kirby sometimes, where you think it's dead and you take it to a vacuum shop and they charge you 30-40 bucks to tell you that all you had to do was tweak something and make it work. So always pay attention to make sure that's pushing in that safety switch. It'll lock in. Make sure you lock the head back on. Take this, run it all the way around now, where you want green to green. That means the belt is on the motor spindle, it's not on the hook anymore. Close this off. Now go back to the ratchet mechanism. That's going to drop it down to the floor. Close the top. Take it and check it out. If the belt is on right, you should get a really good rumble out of this. Rumble's just right. So that's how you change the Kirby belt. Hopefully that'll save you a little bit of time, quite a bit of money, and let you enjoy Kirby a lot more. Thanks for watching.